Hello, in this video I'm going to show you 20 advanced phrases to enhance your online meetings. Hello and welcome. I'm Roy, an English language coach helping you be a professional and confident English speaker. Working from home is now a norm. Some work from home full-time, some work in a hybrid model. But online meetings are part of daily routine and are probably here to stay with some minor adjustments. But let's be real, these meetings can also be a bit boring and unproductive if not handled properly. Did I mention that they can be boring? Let's begin with a super basic known phrase that will help you introduce yourself and set the tone for the meeting. It's a pleasure to meet you, or it's a pleasure meeting you. It is a warmer greeting people will enjoy hearing. The host of the meeting could say something like, "Let's get this meeting started. Could everyone please introduce themselves?" To which you can answer, "Hi, my name is John. It's a pleasure meeting you." Okay, we started the meeting. How do we keep the meeting on track and not add or change the topic of the meeting? You can say, "Could we please stick to the agenda?" Saying that can sound a bit demanding, but is useful if the meeting goes off course. I'm sure you had a meeting where someone said something like, "So I was thinking, could we talk about my new project idea?" "Ah, yes, let's jump the topic." Can really stop a meeting's momentum, can't it? The next situation happens a lot. Someone interrupts you or goes off topic. Try saying, "I would like to finish my thought before moving on." Or, "Can I finish my thought before answering you?" Here's an example. One person could say, "I have a question about that. Can you explain it some more?" And you can answer, "Sure. Can I finish my thought before addressing it?" Notice you are addressing the person asking the question, but still giving yourself room to continue what you were saying. When you want to summarize what's being discussed, you can just say, "Just to clarify, what we've agreed on so far is..." This will allow you to pause the meeting so you can have some time to go over important points. It can go something like this. "Just to clarify, what we've agreed on so far is to proceed with the project as planned." You haven't stopped the meeting. You've given yourself time to go over some key important points. If you want to emphasize the point, try using the phrase, "The key takeaway is..." This will allow you and the people in the meeting to take a note of an important point so you can talk about it in the meeting or added to a later discussion. Let's try this. The key takeaway is that we need to make sure that we are properly communicating with our clients to avoid any misunderstanding. The key takeaway here is that proper preparation and organization can generally increase the success of this project. I'd suggest you write or record key issues and go over them after the meeting. You can check the vocabulary and structure before sending a meeting summary. What do you do with issues that are important to notice or address? You can say something like, "I'd like to express my concern about," or "I have a concern regarding." If you're unfamiliar with the word concern, it has two meanings. One being worried or anxious about something in the office or private life. The other is of interest, of importance to someone, which is the meaning in a work or business-related context. You could say, "I'd like to express my concern about the timeline for this project. I don't think we'll be able to meet the deadline with the current resources." Another example, "I have a concern regarding the accuracy of the data that was presented in this report." The meeting is going great. But how would you handle a disagreement? To politely disagree with someone, you can say, I understand your point of view, but I have to disagree. It is a good idea to disagree politely with someone, as it can lead to a more healthy and productive discussion. I think we should focus more on the design aspect of the project. I understand your point of view, but I have to disagree. You are not dismissing the other person, but you are presenting a different view, allowing for further discussion. You're having a conversation, and you want to ask for someone's opinion during the meeting. You would ask, what do you think about this? Or, what is your opinion about a certain subject? But what if you want a more casual way to ask for someone's opinion, like with co-workers or people that you know really well? You can use, what's your take on this? What's the deal with this? Or, what's your vibe on this? What's your take on this? How can we improve the user experience? What's the deal with the new project? I'm curious, what's the word on this new project? Next time you're in a meeting, try using these forms of questions. Choose the type of question depending on how well you know the people in the meeting. Now that you have listened to the conversation, you may want to propose a new idea. You can say something like this: I would like to make a suggestion. Another way to say it, I'd like to make a recommendation. And I have an idea what to do next. Notice the topic and context of the meeting so you don't suggest an idea already being discussed during the meeting, because you want it to be part of the agenda. I'd like to propose an idea. Why don't we explore the possibility of using AI to automate some of our processes? I'd like to make a suggestion. Why don't we explore the possibility of using AI to automate some of our procedures? And yes, AI platforms like ChatGPT are becoming very capable. You can use them for many different applications, but I think that is for a different video. During meetings, you can get the feeling that you are not sure about the direction being taken, or that there are different ideas being promoted. You want to express uncertainty, expressing that you are not sure about the issue or its outcome. You could say, I'm not sure, but it's worth looking into. You're expressing uncertainty, but leaving the place for further discussion with the people in the meeting. Do you think that's a viable option for our company? I'm not sure, but it's worth looking into. We should definitely use some more research. If you want other options to say it, you can use, it's unclear, but it's worth investigating. Notice that you are having room for more conversation in the future or during that specific meeting. Most meetings, some meetings, fine. Once in a very long while, you actually need to make decisions during a meeting. And there are a few options regarding the decision-making process during a meeting. You can have a vote, let's put it to a vote, and see the outcome. Or we need to come to a decision on this matter. It's important that we reach a conclusion on this issue. We must make a determination on this topic before we carry on. If you are going to have a vote, you could inform the meeting by saying, okay, it seems like we have two options here. Let's put it to a vote. All in favor of option A, raise your hand. All in favor of option B, raise your hand. Votes are rare in professional meeting settings, but can happen in a casual settings like choosing a place to go or ordering food. Right, back to decisions. Let's have a look at a meeting covering a product design. We need to come up with a decision on the final design of that specific product. We need to discuss this and make a determination in this meeting. It is important that we reach a conclusion on the product design during this meeting. We must make a determination on the design before we proceed to launch. Meeting conclusions are very important, but for the most part, they are the best place to ask for a lot of information and to clarify different topics. We ask questions that help us get more information, like, can you provide some background on this? We allow others in the meeting to provide added information that we need, and how we can ask for this information is very important. Here are a few other examples. I'm not familiar with this topic. Can you provide some background on this? Can you give me some more details regarding this specific topic? Can you expand on what you just said? I need to understand it better. Can you walk me through the specific steps or this procedure? I didn't really get it. These questions are very important. They allow you to express your need for more information, especially if there are many topics to cover during the meetings and you might not be able to cover everything. One very important ability is to ask for help. And there are a few ways to ask for help. You can say, can I ask for your assistance? Could you please provide me with extra information? Can you please clarify? Could you please walk me through this subject? Let's look at some uses in a conversation. I'm a bit overwhelmed with this task. Can I ask your assistance on this? I'm sorry to interrupt, but could you please provide some guidance on how to complete this task? I'm not sure where to start. Can you please clarify the deadline for this project is coming up? I want to make sure I have the correct information. I'm having trouble understanding the instructions. Please walk me through the different processes. Don't hesitate to ask for help and clarification. It will only help you get more information, especially when working in English and you are not sure about the meaning of every word or the different phrases and idioms being used. Write them down if you're not sure and cover them a bit later so you have a better understanding. With all the goodwill and information sharing during a meeting, expressing gratitude is not only important, but it also helps you be seen as a professional. I really appreciate your input on this. Thanks everyone for your suggestions. I would like to express my appreciation to everyone, and I am grateful for your support. Of course, you can always use the trusted, well-known, and most often used thank you. These can work well in a meeting. Thanks everyone for your suggestions. I really appreciate your input. I just wanted to take a moment and express my appreciation for the hard work and dedication of each of every one of you. Sometimes, just sometimes, we need to address issues that appear negative, like not arriving on time to a meeting, not addressing specific issues, or making mistakes. We should apologize for the issue before going forward. I'm sorry for any confusion. Let me clarify. As part of a conversation, you could say, I'm sorry for the confusion I caused. I'll make sure to double-check my work before presenting it again. I apologize for not being able to attend the meeting today. I will make sure to catch up on everything that's being discussed. I regret that I was unable to provide the information you requested. I apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused. I know the chances of you needing to apologize are extremely low, but just in case, it's good to have an arsenal of answers. This one is a bit difficult for some people, but is extremely helpful. Giving credit, acknowledging people's contribution and work. It is an important aspect of a professional conduct and provides positive feedback, especially in a meeting environment. In a meeting context, to address a specific person, say, as mentioned earlier by Libby, I would like to give credit to Morty. I will be citing the work of Rick I would like to acknowledge Emma. How would you say it in a meeting? I would like to give credit to Libby for her outstanding work on the project. Her research and analysis led to the project's success. In this presentation, I will be citing Mia's work. Her research on the topic was invaluable in shaping our understanding of the issue. During a meeting, you will need to express agreement. Can you believe that? Actually agreeing with people? That's a thought. Okay, let's agree. I'm on board with that. I completely agree. I support the idea. Yes, the unimaginable has happened and people agreed. I know it's hard to accept. But what if we hear more like this? I completely agree with the proposed plan of action. I am in full agreement with the objective outlined in this meeting. I support the idea presented and think this is the best course of action. Sometimes you find yourself being confronted at the same time with many questions and demands. You have the feeling you need some support, or you need to support others around you during the meeting. By having their back or acknowledging them. Another way is to give a special shout out to. You're not shouting at anyone. The phrase is used to recognize someone's effort and contributions or accomplishments. I wanted to give a special shout out to Adam for the incredible work he's been doing on the project. I want to express support for Megan as she takes on the lead role. I want to take a moment and thank David for the great work he has done with our team. If you're in a meeting with a team or a group of people, you can provide support by addressing everyone in a positive way. Let's remember to encourage and support, and we're all here to help each other. I know we're all under pressure, but let's remember to encourage and support one another. I'd like to remind everyone that we're all here to help the team succeed. I'd like to take a moment to recognize everyone in this meeting for their hard work and dedication. I highly appreciate it. Sometimes meetings do not conclude with the results people would necessarily expect, which could be due to the meeting schedule or too many topics to cover during that meeting. At this point, you could ask, can we schedule a follow-up meeting? It will allow you to have more time to complete or address any open issue that is left. I believe it would be beneficial to schedule a follow-up meeting to further discuss the project's progress. I'd like to propose that we hold a follow-up meeting next week to go over any remaining action items we did not complete today. There will be follow-up meetings. It's a fact of life. Just accept it. You want to end the meeting on a positive note, even if there will be follow-up meetings. Great meeting, everyone. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. You could use these sentences as well. Great work, everyone. We accomplished a lot today, and we set out goals for the next meeting. I want to thank everyone for their contributions. We achieved a lot today. If you have any phrases that you use often and you find effective in online meetings, let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more tips and ideas on improving your English skills. To learn more, click on the video that's coming up right now. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.